Welcome. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to be going over how to get the Legacy of the Campeadores achievement, which is to create and rule the Kingdom of Valencia as an heir to El Cid. This is one of the rarest achievements in CK3, more than likely explained by the fact that it was added by Struggle for Iberia, which just came out maybe 2 weeks ago. But regardless of the fact, it is a true statement that this is one of the rarest achievements in CK3 at this time. So we're going to be trying to get that in a way that's kind of fun. You shouldn't require too many restarts, and if you're having a great time, you can continue the campaign and actually pull quite a bit of other achievements that were added by Struggle for Iberia. For this achievement, we'll be having to be the son of El Cid, or an heir to El Cid, who doesn't exist at this time. So we're going to jump over to 1066. Actually, going to be starting here is Duchess Matilda of Tuscany. Make sure Iron Man's on, get that started. And here we are. Our goal is to have the Kingdom of Valencia and have mated with not this guy. First things first, we're going to go down our lifestyle. We're going to go down the diplomacy lifestyle, and I would either go with the foreign affairs focus or the family focus. I think the foreign affairs focus is slightly better here, and we'll rush down the diplomat tree, but you can take a point and groom to rule because that's cool. Let's go ahead and sway Sancho, as we need him to be at least slightly appreciative of our existence to let us marry their best friend and the champion El Cid. We're also going to go ahead and send our fabricator of claims down to fabricate some claims. Let's look around and find somebody who hasn't made any alliances and who doesn't have too many children. The Emir of Murcia here is a good choice. Usually you'll find at least one good choice around. Send them out there and we'll just kind of chill for a while. We're going to get random events and whatnot. Live your life. You're just waiting to sway the good King Sancho and fabricate your claim on Spain. Eventually, your priest will find your claim for you. Make sure you take the claim. And now we are ready for an invasion into Spain with our little claim. If your enemy fabricates an alliance while you're fabricating a war on them, go ahead and fabricate on somebody else if the alliance becomes too powerful. Let's get some Italian boots over to Spain. While you wage your war, go ahead and start fabricating in other areas that seem invadable. You'll probably be able to have an alliance for the next war, so start trying to grab something big, like the Duchy of Barcelona, if you did not have the chance to do that for your first claim. Raise up your armies. Make sure you keep an eye on Sancho. That's still your goal to get married to El Cid, but it's quite expensive to send them a gift, so we'll continue to sway while we war with the Emir of Murcia. Troops are going to get on boats, and it's going to cost you some money. Slaughter the Murcians. That first war is going to be relatively quick. You're going to offer peace and enforce your demands. And now you have a foothold on Spain. We finally swayed Sancho here, and we're going to go ahead and marry El Cid. Excellent. A good time as any to start learning languages. Whoever is going to have the highest learning percentage here, probably Sancho or Rodrigo. You're good on gold with your Italian income, so take the prestige for declaration of wars. Okay, we're in Spain. We're married to the right guy. What do we do now? We already have our priest looking for other claims for us, and we're going to want to generally just war with everybody. But what to do? We're going to go ahead and move our capital to our crappy little province in Murcia, Spain. At the same time, we'll go ahead and take the decision to convert to the local culture, which makes us fully involved in the Iberian struggle. You want to go down and get flexible truces first, as that will make the invasion of Spain easier. Right here, I'll go ahead and decline because I want the entirety of the Duchy of Barcelona in one war. We'll go ahead and make sure that he can actually claim a duchy, because if not, we'll want to send him to a county. I am looking for hostility to build up here, as that is what is required for the domination victory, but depending on what victory type you want, you'll want to check your catalysts for that phase. Each ending of the Iberian struggle also has an achievement directly tied to it, which you can play if you continue on once we form the Kingdom of Valencia. You and Rodrigo are great educators. Rodrigo will make a great warrior of your son, and you will make a great diplomat of your son. Whichever way you go, it's probably going to lead you towards a certain type of ending to the struggle. We're going to go with Marshall here, even though I won't get to pick the son's events. The priest is still working on fabricating a claim on the Duchy of Barcelona, but one of the great new things about the struggle for Iberia is the struggle clash Casus Belli, which allows us to invade our neighbors for neighboring provinces. The Emir of Mallorca is a little strong, so we'll hold off on that. I want to betroth your kids in order to get some strong alliances. You will need their help in conquering Spain. With our newly formed alliance, our neighbor is looking like a much easier target. We will only get one province from invading this guy, and his military power is about the same as our neighbor to the north. So I think we will actually go ahead and declare war on Majorca for 2 provinces, and we have to fight about the same amount of enemy soldiers. Make sure you build a rally point here in Murcia and raise all of your troops here in Spain so you don't have to ferry them over. That's just going to save you a little bit of gold. We're a little over provinced, and I think we've had it for long enough that we can go ahead and hand it over. Let's go ahead and use our hard worked for alliance with King Boleslav, or whoever you got, in our invasion here. Go ahead and siege up the enemy once you're at 100%, enforce your demands, and you have grown your foothold in Spain. Go ahead and disband your boys, start looking for your next target. We'll want to rapidly expand here. Should be able to carve out Valencia as Matilda and just hand it over to our heir. Let's continue our diplomatic focus. Remember, we want flexible truces, and Ducal Conquest will also be useful here in Spain, as we don't always have access to that struggle clash, Casus Belli. When you're over your domain limit, I would recommend handing over your Italian provinces, starting in the north and going down. As you can see, Ferrara has already been handed over, and I'm going to Brescia next. Since we are going for the domination victory, we will not suffer infidels and revoke titles. More than likely, they're going to revolt 99% of the time. You'll just beat them back. Once the rebellious traders have been defeated, force demands on them, imprison them, and revoke your rightful land. As you conduct your conquests through Iberia, make sure you're building up your prestige. You'll want to continue using Struggle Clash as long as it's available. When you don't have enough prestige available, Struggle Clash is awesome because you can just unselect certain provinces and only claim the ones you have enough prestige for. Our first goal here is to conquer Valencia, so that's exactly what we're going to focus on when we don't have enough prestige to take everything outright. We can call the homie in, but we might not need to for this one. You have plenty of gold coming in from Italy. Use that gold to tip the scales in your favor when you're fighting even matches. Your legacy is going to be totally up to you. Warfare will help you conquer easier. I like a lot to just keep everybody loyal, and the one that lets you have general traits is fun too, to just have really good heirs. Go ahead and take loyalty so we don't have to deal with rebellious vassals in the long future. Using your overwhelming mercenary capabilities when needed, destroy the enemy armies. It's going to get you a good amount of war score, and then slowly siege up. When they start sieging your stuff, go beat them up again. As you're winning wars, annexing land, revoking titles from vassals, make sure you continue to build up your alliances with the other heads of Europe and continue granting your land out in Italy first. When you complete your diplomat tree, you can either continue on your diplomacy lifestyle or switch over to health to let Matilda live a little bit longer. It's been 22 years since the start of the game now, and you've become quite a sizable force in Spain. 6,500 troops from your realm alone, and those alliances you've been working on building thanks to Matilda's diplomacy skill make your conquests a breeze. Once you have all the land required for the Kingdom of Valencia, go ahead and create the title, securing your inheritance under your heir, instead of blowing it all up and creating a bunch of little duchies. If your only goal is to get the El Campeador achievement, you can pretty much chill and wait for Matilda to die. Try and get her killed, maybe suicide if that's an option for you. But if you are trying to get some of the other achievements, just keep doing what you've been doing and conquering Spain. You should continue to have an easy time with your troops and alliances. You will eventually become the head of your culture. I'd go ahead and focus on higher crown authority and succession rules. First, you really want succession rules that don't divide your country up. 14 years into the future, Matilda has lived a beautiful, great life of fighting enemies, peasants, rebellious vassals, you name it, and controlling her court relatively well. You can see here that she's continuing to play her diplomatic games, but the fateful day will come sooner or later. Our good Queen Matilda will die. And there it is, Legacy of the Campeadores achievement. Now that we have that achievement, we can stop playing if that was our only goal, or we can continue playing and we can try to score Holidaying in Iberia, as well as one of the Ending the Iberian Struggle achievements. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and leave your feedback in the comments below, and like it if you liked it.